Alright, I'm doing folks here. Boom. Welcome to 205 numbers after the main little Freestyle Friday action over here, man. What will probably be, at least for a while, man, at least for a long time, because I don't know if I'm going to have time to sink my teeth back into this game, man. But we'll probably be my last video on the channel on Breath of the Wild, man. It's been a wild ride. It's been a wild ride, yo. This thing took over the channel for like 2 months, man, on Fridays and putting up video on Monday and first impressions and stuff, man. Like, this game was crazy good, man. Like, stupid good. If you haven't had the opportunity to play it, get yourself a Switch and play it. Get yourself a Wii U and play it. Get yourself out there and just play it any sort of way physically that you can manage. Go to the Nintendo store here in New York and just play it there if they have it set up in a kiosk or something like that. I haven't been to the Nintendo store in a minute. Ever since I bought the approach over the Switch, yo. That's the only place I found it. I was like, let me just go to the source of the damn thing and see if I can get myself a damn control over here, man. So I just wanted to get some final thoughts over here. Talk a little bit about over here Windblight Ganon and this temple in general. This was definitely my least favorite part of the game. It's part of the reason why I left it for last. You know, the Arctic area, eventually I found enough armor to kind of keep me through it and, you know, survive. Exploring the Arctic area was cool. I found a couple shrines over there. I found one in this rock that I still to this day like think about like at work because I haven't figured out how to break into it. It's like on like a lake or something. And it's in between a rock and you can see it, but you can't get to it. And I have no idea how to do it. I'm sure I'm missing something pretty simple, pretty stupid, but I couldn't do it. I couldn't figure it out over here. But this to me was the easiest of all dungeons. I'm not sure if it was simply because I've already completed the previous dungeons and that's why it just seemed easier because I already had the experience, or because it generally was the easiest. I've heard that the bosses scale. I'm not really sure about that. It's kind of a rumor that I heard. I can't neither confirm nor deny that. If they do, I mean, this guy to me was pretty easy to beat. And the dungeon itself was very simple. You kind of tilt it one way or the other. I kind of, after I beat the game, tried to figure out what the ideal order was doing by Nintendo. It really seems like they funnel you to go to the Zora area first. But to me, this was the easiest of dungeons to do. So I kind of thought about it. I was like, maybe I should have gone like Bird, Zora, Desert, Goron. I think that's kind of maybe the official easiest way to do it. But I don't know. I went Zora, Goron, Desert, and then these bird folk over here, man. And this kind of seemed pretty easy. Now, some of the things that make it easy is just the amount of hearts that I have, for example. That kind of just made it easier just by its very nature. But the dungeon itself was pretty easy. You kind of tilt the bird one way or the other way, and that's kind of it. Like, you're done. Whereas I felt there was a lot more complexity in the camel or in the lizard, iguana type dude, whatnot. One thing I don't think I mentioned enough, looking at back at my previous videos I did last week in terms of the review for the game itself, and also gave some additional thoughts on Freestyle Friday, is the music, the score in this game, man. It is amazing, man. The subtle piano strokes coming in and out every once in a while is awesome. Just literally awesome. For an open world game where you have so much liberty as to what you can and can't do, it's nuts to me that they managed to like piece in so much good score and make it feel so right. Like, sometimes I'll just be on my horse, just riding over there, and eventually, like, kind of a remixed version of a Zelda theme kicks in, and I'm like, what? Like, say word. They included enough new things, you know, new score that, like, fit in great with the series, and they also put an old score subtly, man. Like, there's piano strokes of just pieces of songs. And after, like, the piano strokes kind of die out, I fill in the rest, like, just in my head, because I've had these songs, like, ingrained over years of playing it. And also sound effects-wise, you know, everything from, like, the electricity hitting your sword or something like that, to, like, all these boss battles and whatnot. Everything felt exquisite. And the level of polish in this game is jaw-dropping to me, and how much things they've thought of. And when you hear stories from other people, you just realize that there's so many ways of playing this game, and Nintendo thought of everything, man. So this is a 10 out of 10 masterpiece by far. It has its faults like every game does, but man, does it have a lot of good things to it.